شبكة التلفزيون الإخبارية الأمريكية CNN بثت مؤخرا تقريرا كشف هوية الفتاة الكويتية التي شهدت أمام الكونغرس الأمريكي قبل حرب الخليج بأنها رأت القوات العراقية تنزع أطفال خدج من الحاضنات. وتبين من التقرير أن الفتاة الكويتية المزعومة كانت ابنة سفير الكويت لدى الولايات المتحدة وكندا. وتبين أيضا أن القبور الجماعية التي قيل أن الأطفال الخدج الذين زعم بأنهم انتزعوا من الحاضنات وتم دفنهم فيها هي قبور وهمية خالية من أي جثث.
The story of Iraqi troops emptying Kuwaiti incubators, leaving babies to die, horrified the U.S.-led coalition in the Gulf War. Now there is some new information about the source of part of that story that has raised some questions about its validity. Correspondent Dan Bjarnenson reports.
Iraq always denied it, but the stories of its troops snatching hundreds of Kuwaiti babies from their incubators and then leaving them to die became potent brew in rallying support in the U.S. for the Gulf War.
They stole the incubators and threw the babies out of the incubators.
The most compelling testimony came from the woman identified at the time only as Neyra.
That was horrifying.
Her story was repeated as fact in Congress.
Of this ruthless dictator whose troops have bayoneted pregnant women and have ripped babies from their incubators.
And at the White House.
And they had kids in incubators, and they were thrown out of the incubators.
But there are problems with the incubator story. Dr. David Chu, a biomedical engineer at the British Columbia Institute for Technology, went to Kuwait last May.
So I asked the person who was guiding us what happened, whether the story we were told was true or not, is that the taking of incubators away had not occurred.
As the Fifth Estate's Lyndon McIntyre reports, the star witness was not what she appeared to be.
I could not help but think of my nephew, who was born premature, might have died that day as well.
She seemed to be alone before the Congressional Human Rights Caucus identified only as a Kuwaiti escapee. But we discovered she wasn't alone at all. And she wasn't just a simple Kuwaiti escapee. In fact, just a few seats away was her father, Kuwait's ambassador to the United States and Canada.
The ambassador, the woman's father, is Nasir El-Sabah.
Did the Human Rights Caucus members and the chair people know who she was? Yes, of course. They knew her identity.
Co-chairman of the Congressional Human Rights Caucus in Washington, John Porter says he knew nothing of this at the time.
How many people knew that she was the ambassador's daughter? I didn't.
Atrocity stories often help generate support for a war. Often they're phony, but often they work. This may have been one of those times. Dan Bjarnenson, CBC News.
قام أكثر من 7,000 مواطن جورجي من مؤيدي الرئيس جيمس خوريا